Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Class 4A Regional Softball on Hamilton County Televisions, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Also on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. From West Lafayette, Indiana, the campus of William Henry Harrison High School. My name is Brad Silbert. To my left is Perry Williams, and Perry, we saw the Millers take the sectional title last week. Tonight, they're going to try to take the regional title.
Absolutely, and you know, this is going to be a great game. These two teams played each other back on April 24th.
Yeah.
And Noblesville came out victorious 14-13. But
what a slugfest that turned out to be.
That was a big-time slugfest. So, but, you know, you and I have learned that, you know, it's a whole lot different when you get in tournament play here. It's one and done. So it's very important that both teams come out, and I don't think we're going to see a 14-13 slugfest is what I'm trying to say.
No, I would be very surprised if we do, Perry. But one of the things that we will see different in this game compared to the game on April 24th, the pitcher for the Harrison Raiders will be Jillian Mathis, and she is the real deal with an 0.72 ERA. She's 11-0 on the season, 15 appearances, 77 1/3 innings, giving up 45 hits. Now check this out. This is an amazing statistic. Giving up 13 runs, 8 of those earned. 19 walks, 107 strikeouts. So that's going to be a big factor in the game. Of course, you look at the Noblesville side, and pitching-wise, Maddie Taylor, she's got a 2.34 ERA. She has got 17 victories, 24 appearances, 113 2/3, given up 50 runs, 38 earned, 48 walks, 112 strikeouts, and 4 home runs. So you look statistically at these two teams, and that is really the only area where there is somewhat of a difference between them. Hitting-wise, they're very close. Fielding-wise, they're very close. So I think what we're going to see tonight is a great pitcher's duel.
You may be very right on that. You know, Maddie Taylor's a freshman, okay, and Galt is a junior, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we're going to turn things over to Scott Stansberry. He's the public address announcer here at Harrison High School. He's going to introduce the players and the national anthem for us tonight. Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, welcome to West Lafayette, Harrison High School in Raider Field for tonight's regional matchup between the Noblesville Millers and the Harrison Raiders. We appreciate your support of our young people participating in this contest. They have devoted an enormous amount of time and effort in preparation for this competition. Please help by making their experience a more positive one. By exhibiting good sportsmanship during your attendance, we would hope that this would be reflected towards all competitors, the IHSAA officials, coaches, administrators, and spectators. This has been a message from the Indiana High School Athletic Association and Harrison High School. I would like to remind everyone that Harrison High School's facilities have been designated as tobacco-free. Smoking and the use of tobacco products are strictly prohibited on all school grounds. The winner of tonight's regional championship game will compete in the Harrison Semi-State, which will be held on Saturday, June 2nd. This regional winner will play the winner from the Leo Regional, which will be either Homestead or Leo. This game will be played at 1 p.m. with the Semi-State Championship game slated for 7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the teams for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Noblesville Millers. Number 1, Julia Skinner. Number 3, Taylor Soholm. Number 4, Riley Moore. Number 6, Bailey Ryan. Number 8, Shay Number 13, Abby Harvey. Number 17, Alyssa Solomon. Number 18, Jamie Gertz. Number 22, Maya Stuckey. And now for the starting lineup for the Millers. Leading off, playing center, wearing number 2, Abby Brown. The left fielder, number 11, Olivia Stinson. Second baseman, number 14, Chloe Tragesser. The third baseman, batting cleanup, number 5, Ella White. In the circle for the Millers, number 19, Maddie Taylor. Playing first, number 12, Emily Manette. Behind the plate, number 21, Julia Furiak. The designated player for tonight's contest, number 16, Maggie Hampton. The right fielder, number 9, Kylee Lowry. And playing shortstop, the flex player, number 7, Grace Smith. The Millers are coached by Deke Buller. And now for the home team, Harrison Raiders. Number 2, Lexi Nip. Number 4, Emma Welch. Number 5, Addie Nunley. Number 9, Caitlin Porter. Number 16, Jade Johnson. Number 20, Abbott Badgley. Number 22, Emma Henderson. And now for the starting lineup. Playing second, wearing number 11, Kylie Goff. The center fielder, number 23, Kiara Dillon. Behind the plate, number 3, Kaylee Halada. Batting first, playing first, wearing number 10, Olivia Stansbury. Shortstop, number 33, Anna Henderson. On the rubber for the Raiders, number 24, Jillian Mathis. The designated player, number 25, Josie Galt. Right fielder, number 30, Kinsey Rusk. Left fielder, number 15, Josie Raymer. And the third baseman, the flex, number 27, Katie Switzer. The Raiders are coached by Brooke Alofmeni. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise as we recognize a moment of silence to show our respect for all of those affected by the Noblesville West Middle School shooting last Friday. The entire Harrison community stands with you as you heal. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your caps, facing the American flag in center field, for the singing of our national anthem by Harrison's own, Josie Galt.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets roar, the bombs bursting in still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, don't just hope that you're covered in the event of an accident. Find an agent in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. Perry, we're just a few warm-up pitches away from the beginning of this game, and I'd like to mention that the Noblesville Strong T-shirts are still available. Go to www.noblesvillemillers.com. You can purchase your T-shirt there. Much appreciation to the staff and faculty and everybody here at Harrison for observing a moment of silence in memory of the events that happened last week.
Absolutely, and I know that Noblesville went back to school today. The middle school did not. They had counseling there all day long with parents and everything, and they'll be going back tomorrow. But Noblesville's trying to move on, and we were very fortunate, even though it was a tragic accident. Tragedy happens. We're trying to recover and get through this, and I think with this great community and the great county we live in, we're going to be able to do that, Brad.
We will come back much stronger than we were, even in spite of the tragedy. Well, Perry, we are just about ready to go here. Your final thoughts on this game before we get started?
Well, I think it's going to be a whale of a ball game. I mean, there's just no doubt in my mind. I do not believe that April 24th, 14-13 score will be the score today, but I'm excited to get this going and get ready to play some softball.
I would highly doubt that we're going to see that many runs scored tonight. And, you got two different pitchers on the mound, and, of course, at that time, that was a non-conference game. And the teams take a little bit different view of the non-conference games with the Harrison Raiders in the North Central Conference, which they breezed right through at 8-0. Millers send the first batter up. That'll be center fielder Abby Brown. First pitch from Mathis is fouled off to the right.
Brown comes in here, Abby Brown comes in here, batting .374 with 91 at bats and 34 hits, 15 RBIs, and she has a couple home runs for a leadoff hitter. That's pretty good, Brad.
Yeah, both of these teams got a lot of good hitters. That one's a little bit high, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike, and Abby Brown. Welcome to the IHSAA Champions Network and Hamilton County Television for tonight's game. We appreciate you being here with us. Great to be here in West Lafayette for the regional. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Jillian Mathis only given up 19 walks all season in 15 appearances. She's 11-0. Swing and a miss, evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Beautiful night here, and this is a beautiful stadium.
It certainly is. 88 degrees at game time. Nice breeze out of the east-southeast at up to about 10 miles an hour. Right now the flags are kind of down, but humidity also pretty low at 39%. That one is over the head of Abby Brown, and she's got a full count. I'd like to thank our technical staff tonight. Rick Vanderweilen, our ace cameraman. Don't get much better than Rick on those cameras. He's been doing that a lot of years. Also Jim Wofford at the controls in the truck. Full count pitch. Abby Brown, patient at bat for her. She reaches base.
Number 11, Olivia Stinson.
I think that's something that the Millers are going to have to really, really do tonight against a pitcher like Mathis. They're going to have to make her throw the ball over the plate and take advantage of every opportunity she gives them. She doesn't give them many.
Stinson bats .317, and she's a very good slap hitter and very good bunter. That's why she's in that second spot. She's been at the plate 63 times and has 20 hits. She doesn't bat for much power, but she's a good slapper and a good bunter, and that's why she's in that spot.
She squares to bunt again, but takes that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Abby Wolf is on first. No outs. Just early here in the first inning. Stinson squares the bunt. That one goes foul. She managed to get a little piece of that, but she got on top of the ball. And, of course, just like in baseball, Perry, the art of bunting is something that is very, very difficult. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Olivia Stinson. Swings and misses. Throw over to first. Brown is back in time. Stinson goes down swinging for the first out of the top of the first inning.
Second baseman, number 14, Kylee Lowry.
First pitch to Chloe Tregesser is high and outside for ball 1. Tregesser comes in batting .410.
She's one of those Miller 400 hitters. Both teams are loaded with 400 hitters.
We're going to see a lot of good hitters tonight, Perry, and we're going to see a lot of good pitching at the same time. So this is going to be quite the battle this evening. Quite a few Miller fans up here made the trek up from Noblesville.
Harrison's got a good crowd here.
Yeah. There's one that's going to fall in for a hit into right center field. On the play, Abby Brown advances to second base. Chloe Tregesser gets the first hit of the game.
Tregesser with a hit.
That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Ella White. She's the leading batter on the Millers. What have you got her at?
A 473
Wow.
in 29 games, 93 at bats, and 44 hits with 32 RBIs and 10 home runs.
So the Millers have got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
This is one of the top freshmen in the state in hitting.
First pitch is in there for a called strike 1 on White.
This year in softball, it's been amazing. Is on home runs, Noblesville ranks 3rd in the state with 41. Pioneers 2nd with 46.
Swing and a foul tip.
And listen to this, Brad. New Palestine has 67 home runs in the team.
That's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And, you know, New Palestine last year hit 57, and Noblesville's a 4th in history at 41 and Pioneer at 46. So a lot of home runs in 2018.
The 0-2 pitch to Ella White. That one's outside. Had a good shot at Jillian Mathis here just a moment ago. One of the few pitchers that you see in softball anymore that does not wear a mask.
Yeah.
Most of them are out there with the mask for the protection. The 1-2 pitch. That one's popped up on the infield. That will be the infield fly rule for the second out.
You know
Flies
what?
out to the second baseman, Kylie Goff.
Another thing, Brad, is neither one of the corners have a face mask on.
No, nobody on the infield does at all.
Of course, here early in the ball game, the right fielder's going to have a tough time.
Yeah, the sun is going to be very, very wicked out there in right field. Maddie Taylor takes the first pitch, strike 1. Taylor, another one of those 400 batters.
Yeah, I think the stats show, I think Harrison's got 5 and Noblesville's got 3. I mean 4.
Yeah, 4. It's Emily Minette, who's on deck. She's 436, I believe.
Maddie Taylor, she's a pitcher for the Millers.
1 ball, 1 strike. That one's a little bit outside.
She's also a very good hitter at 452 and 73 at bats, 33 hits, 27 RBIs, and 5 home runs.
Abby Brown getting a pretty good lead there at second base. 2-1 pitch, swung and fouled back.
Yeah, Abby Brown's got good speed too.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Brown will be off at the crack of the bat. Anything that Taylor can get a hold of, and so even a single probably would score a run here for the Millers. The 2-2, high and outside. Full count. Second full count of the game so far for Jillian Mathis.
The runners are going to be on their horse here on the pitch.
Abby Brown at second. Chloe Tregesser at first. There they go. That one's fouled back. Taylor had a pretty good cut at that, but just got under it. Fielders are playing pretty well straight away. Not real deep for Maddie Taylor. The 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to short.
Nice
Is she going to
stop.
have time to make the throw? No. So Maddie Taylor picks up an infield hit, but Anna Henderson probably saved a run for the Raiders in that case.
Most definitely. That was huge. That was a tough play right there.
Even though they did not get the out, they kept the ball in the infield and kept the Millers from scoring, and that'll bring up first baseman Emily Minette, one of the junior members of this team. Minette steps in tonight, starting tonight at 4:36. Two outs, the bases are loaded. First pitch from Mathis.
You know, and
bounces in for ball one. Go ahead.
Minette in the section was probably one of the best hitters of the whole section.
She had a great section.
She had 2 home runs and 2 doubles. I mean, she really hit the ball hard.
You know, that whole sectional we had over at Westfield last week, that was a great sectional. That's a strike about right across the letters on the outside corner of the plate. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. The bases are loaded with Millers. Emily Minette trying to do her best to get the Millers on the scoreboard here early in the first inning. Another called strike. She's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The officials for tonight umpiring: Dave Stanley from West Lafayette, Andy Venters from Monticello, and Dave Freeman from Kokomo.
Good to see the 3 umpire crew out there.
Absolutely.
The 1-2 pitch. Bouncing in. Going to be a 4. Oh, that was oh my. The Millers get a break there, Perry.
Absolutely. E on 6, the shortstop.
Yeah, Anna Henderson had an easy throw over to Katie Switzer at third base, and she just bounced that ball into her, and it's safe all around, and the Millers end up scoring 1 run there on the error by Anna Henderson.
Next up, the catcher, number 21, Julia Furia.
So the Millers get the first run of the game. They're ahead 1-0. 2 hits so far in this game for the Millers. 1 error by the Raiders, and that will bring up the catcher, Julia Furiak.
Furiak on the season's batting .375, and she's had 80 at bats, 30 hits, 24 RBIs, and 6 home runs.
That one's right over the plate for a called strike.
Of course, when you have a team that's hit 41 home runs, you know, it's scattered throughout. I mean, you know, Minette's got 9, White's got 10, Furick's got 6, Grace Smith's got 7.
0-2 now on Furiak. The wind is kind of coming and going here, Perry. For a while it was blowing right across from right to left, and appears to be pretty much right out of the east right now, or maybe a little bit of the east-southeast. The 0-2 pitch, that one's high. A ball and 2 strikes. So Mathis gives up a run here in the first, but that will be an unearned run due to the error. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Furiak. A little bit outside. Catcher Kylee Lowry, she framed that ball. She held on to that thing for 2 or 3 seconds, hoping that she'd get the call, but to no avail. The count is even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. 2-2, that's going to be in foul territory, but Olivia Stansberry manages to get over there to make the play. So in the first inning for the Millers, they do score 1 run. There's 2 hits. There are 1 error and 3 left on the bases. Middle of the first, Millers 1. The Raiders coming to bat. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Logan Street Signs is celebrating over 25 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You know, Perry, as much as we need rain here in central Indiana, I'm glad that we are playing this game tonight instead of tomorrow night when the remnants of Hurricane or Tropical Storm Alberto should be coming through central Indiana. And we're going to easily get this game in tonight on a beautiful, beautiful night here in West Lafayette, Indiana. So the Millers put 1 across in the top of the first. First chance we'll have to see the Raiders at bat. And, of course, that, as we said earlier, was an unearned run.
Absolutely. And, it'll be interesting to see what with that air and everything, how Harrison responds here. But it was a good job as far as I'm concerned about Harrison. The Millers jumped on him with a couple of hits there and a walk and everything. So, they left 3 people on base, and that's huge.
Well, defensively for the Millers, it'll be Olivia Stinson in left, Abby Brown in center, Kylee Lowry in right. Infield third to first be Ella White at third. Grace Smith is at shortstop. Chloe Tregesser at second, Emily Minette at first, the battery, Maddie Taylor and Julia Firiak.
The one thing about it is in the sectional win, Noblesville played very, very good defense.
Yes, they did. It's good to see Grace Smith back out there on the field after the injury she sustained in the second game last week. Kylie Goff steps in. Once again, these Raiders, they have got the bats, and they got the batting average to prove it. Is she 473 or 423, Terry? I can't read my own writing.
Oh, my gosh, 473.
That's what I thought.
91 at bats, 43 hits, 21 RBIs.
Just a sophomore. All the batting averages among these youngsters is just amazing. That one is perfectly timed by Grace Smith. She jumped up. That ball went right into her mitt. Kylie Goff is retired on the line drive to Grace Smith. Nice play by Grace, and when she was coming down, Perry, I'm thinking to myself, oh my, I hope she doesn't hurt that leg and foot.
Well, Gracie's a tough one, I can tell you that right now. She's as tough as they come.
Number 2 batter is the center fielder, Kiera Dillon.
Dillon bats .309. She's 68 at bats with 21 hits.
Raiders have got 5 players that are batting over 400. And the rest of them are over 300. That is just phenomenal. 0-1 on Dillon. 0-2 on Dillon now. She fouls that one back to the screen. One of the big differences we're seeing here in this regional game tonight, Perry, it's a beautiful field here at Harrison, but not much room on the sidelines.
No, it's
and
pretty tight.
They've also got a screen that has an angled fence on top of it. So that's going to be a called strike 3, and Dillon goes down, called out on strikes.
I tell you, we saw Maddie Taylor last week, and there's no way that you would ever imagine that she's a freshman.
Yeah, yep. She's just an amazing ball player. Kaylee Halata, who's the catcher, steps in, just batting average 469.
And she's been at 81 at bats and 38 hits.
That one's fouled back over the Miller faithful off here to our right. The other thing I was going to add is on the fence here, the top of the fence has got a 45-degree angle on it. So anything hit up in the air that's inside the third base line is going to be hard to make a play on. There is another line drive.
Tregesser, what a play.
Chloe Tregesser. Wow, what a play by Chloe. 2 big defensive plays by the Millers here in the bottom of the first. In the bottom of the first for the Raiders. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on the bases. We're through 1. Millers leading 1-0. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be right back. Welcome back to West Lafayette, Indiana. Regional softball action, Class 4A. It's the Noblesville Millers at Harrison High School, taking on the Harrison Raiders. That first inning, Perry, that featured 2 things, a couple very, very well hit balls, but a couple great defensive plays by the Millers.
Grace Smith's the only one of 2 seniors on this team, so this is a very, very young team.
Grace is batting in place of the designated player Maggie Hampton this inning.
Grace bats .418. That's, it shows a lot of power. For, most of the year she's batted the leadoff batter, and she's hit 7 home runs, 5 doubles, and 4 triples. So at 91 times at bat and 38 hits. So
2-0 on Grace. There's a bouncer that the third baseman Schweitzer's going to take over to Stansberry at first. Smith is retired. Kylee Lowry steps in. She's the right fielder tonight for Deke Bullard.
Kylee Lowry.
I guess I shouldn't say tonight because this has been a pretty static lineup for most of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lowry out in right field, a .270 batter.
Yeah, she's been to the plate 37 times, 20 runs and 10 hits.
Called strike 1 on Lowry.
She's a junior, so what I was telling you, this is a very young team.
Yes. Yes, it is. 0-1. Foul ball down the left field line.
The other senior is designated player Maggie Hampton.
She's going to be going to Detroit next year to play softball.
Right.
Saw her dad and mom the other day. Had a nice conversation with her dad, Will, the other day. Of course, the Noblesville City Councilman. I wonder if he's at the council meeting.
That's what I was
here
going to
tonight.
say. I think he's here. I think I did see him.
Another foul ball down the left field side.
I think you can get excused being a senior dad. And
we have been informed that Mr. Hampton is
in the
stadium.
Yeah, in the stadium.
Will is in the building, kind of like Elvis, right? Yeah. 0-2 on Kylee Lowry. It's just a little bit low. Had a nice conversation with Will and his family after the championship game the other night. Another 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled straight back.
Yeah, there's no screen behind the plate here, so no space behind it.
Yeah, and with that 45-degree angle that the fence is on there,
you're not going to catch many flies.
That takes a lot of foul chances away, and you've only got about maybe 15, 20 feet from the baselines to the fence. That one was inside. I thought that might have clipped her, but it did not get her.
I think she thought so too. 2-2 on the batter here.
Yeah, the way she reacted, I thought that might
I thought it clipped her.
Might have skimmed her there, but it didn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on.
Yeah, she got
That's
it right
called
there.
strike
Nice
3.
pitch.
She knew that, too.
That was a nice pitch right there.
Good pitch by Jillian Mathis.
So that takes us to the top of the order here.
Yep, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Abby Brown up for her second at bat in the game. Walked and scored the Millers' only run in the first. Nice to see Richie Hall from the Hamilton County Reporter sitting here to our right. Richie
He's
taking
everywhere.
yeah, he is. He's kind of like, who's that superhero who's everywhere? I can't remember which one that is.
Richie, is this your first event today, or? Yeah. Okay.
One event day for Richie. That's a slow day. For
Yeah,
him.
that's a real slow day for Richie.
1-0 on Abby Brown. That one's in. Whoa, that was not inside. I was going to say that one's a little inside, but it did hit the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the second here in West Lafayette. Ground ball to second. Kylie Goff picks it up. Easy throw over to Lizzie Stanberry. Millers go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. For the Millers the top of the second. For the Millers in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody's left. We are in the middle of the second. Millers 1, Raiders nothing. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
You know every word in your school's fight song, but you can't remember your agent's last nine? Let us know what you have and what you need. Find a local agent on infarmbureau.com. The Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Well, if you'd stopped knocking on wood in time, you saw the graphic that we had up there on the screen, www.noblesvillemillers.com, to get those Noblesville Strong t-shirts. There are still some available, so if you'd like to get those, you can still get those online and show your support, not only for the Millers and Noblesville schools, but the entire community in the Hamilton County area. Great support in the baseball games that we did yesterday. The crowd was just phenomenal there yesterday. The proceeds for that all go to the medical bills for the families for the 2 victims. So it's all going for a very, very good cause. Raiders are going to send the 4, 5, and 6 batters up here in the second inning. Olivia Stansberry, a 443 batter. The first baseman steps in. First pitch.
Base hit.
Base hit to center field for Stansberry. You knew that was coming sooner or later, Perry.
Oh, absolutely. With this batting order that Harrison has.
Anna Henderson. Now, I've got her at 493. Tell me that's correct. Number 33, Henderson.
Yes.
Wow. 493.
73 at bats.
That is just amazing.
36. Another one of those freshmen,
Yeah.
Brad. You know, it's just an amazing.
What's Dick Vitale call them? Diaper dandies?
Yeah, we got a bunch
I call them freshman phenoms.
Yeah, we got a bunch of diaper dandies in this.
The 0-1 pitch is bunted foul by Henderson. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. We are in the bottom of the second. Miller's ahead of the Raiders 1-0 here in the regional game. I guess we could call it the regional championship, the only regional game.
Yeah.
One. That one came in just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 on Henderson. Stansberry at first. There's one foul. Oh boy.
That could have been trouble.
I thought that was going to bounce over the base fair, Perry, the way that ball was going down the line there, but it just tailed off to the right there just in time to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just about when it got to the bag, really. I mean,
yeah. Miller's got a break on that one. Henderson steps back in. There's another foul down the right side.
Yeah, that shot was right in the
into the crowd there,
box.
just beyond
the
the
coach's box. Then I mean, the players can go out there in that open area.
Yeah. Nice crowd on hand here tonight.
Absolutely.
Beautiful night for softball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled once again. Still 2-2 on Henderson. Olivia Stansberry on first. She reached on a single on the first pitch of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. What a beautiful curveball. Did you see that thing?
Yeah,
the bottom
she's
drop onto
unbelievable.
that thing?
She is unbelievable.
First out of the inning.
Brings up the pitcher, number 24.
And this thinks she's going to be around 3 more years.
Second strikeout of the game for Taylor. Both of them have been called. Strike 3. Jillian Mathis, the pitcher, steps in. Not very often where you see a game where both pitchers are hitting, and Mathis, a .364 hitter. 1-0 on Mathis. There's a foul ball into the screen on the right side.
Thank you. The famous assistant AD Tony Euler right behind me.
Mr. Euler is in the house.
That's right.
He's telling us he's been here the whole game. We've been a little bit busy.
That's right.
1 ball, 1 strike on the pitcher Mathis. That one is going to be called a fair ball. Can they get 2? No. Athletic Director Supreme, or I should say Assistant Athletic Director Supreme Chicken Eater, Tony Euler. Staff here at Harrison provide us with excellent dinner.
They certainly did. 2 outs.
Mathis is retired officially by the first baseman Minette, unassisted, for the second out. But on the play, Stansberry does make it to second. They tried for a play at second, but just couldn't quite get there in time. Had that been a force play, they probably would have had her, but just couldn't get the tag on. So Stansberry is on second. Josie Galt, the batter, a .429 hitter, evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second. Miller's ahead by 1. Olivia Stansberry on second. Josie Galt in the batter's box takes the pitch for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Can't say enough about the hospitality we received up here at Harrison High School. Great, great staff up here. Thanks to all of them for their hospitality and their generosity, showing us around, helping us get set up today. 2-1, that one is high and outside. 3-1.
I know most of you don't know, but we did this on the spur of the moment because we thought somebody else was broadcasting this game, found out about 11:30, 12 o'clock that they weren't. So with a lot of help from the Indiana High School Athletic Association and us getting the approval and everything, and we're up here at and broadcasting, got here about a little after 5, I guess, and set up and ready to go.
I was enjoying a nice leisurely lunch. I looked down at my phone. It's Perry Williams. I thought, oh, Perry's just calling to chat. He says, hey, what you doing? Want to go to a game tonight? Sure. For the love of the game, right, Perry?
That's right.
Kinsey Rusk steps in. And correct me if I'm wrong. I've got her at 492.
You are
Big
so
number
correct.
30 on the back of her uniform. Dangerous hitter. That's a strike. Called strike 1. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. We're at the bottom of the second. Miller's ahead by 1.
And realize, Brad, she is number 8 hitter.
Yeah. That one's high.
You know, in baseball and softball, we were talking about that. You see more and more coaches putting very good hitters at the bottom of the order.
Well, Josie Raymer, who will be the next hitter for the Raiders in the number 9 slot, she's a .346 hitter. That one's fouled off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kinsey Rusk, the right fielder. She's a senior.
We got 2 outs here.
Harrison has traditionally had one of the better softball programs in Central Indiana and the state of Indiana. A lot of history here on this field.
And a gorgeous place it is. I mean,
very, very nice.
The facility is outstanding.
That one's high, evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Maddie Taylor looking to retire the sides here. Kinsey Rust looking to get a hit or get on base, possibly tie or go ahead in this game. That one bounces in, gets away. Runners will advance to second and third. That will be a wild pitch. So the runners both are now in scoring position. Raiders with a threat here in the bottom of the second.
Big pitch here for Maddie Taylor. Full count.
First base is open. Ground ball over the outstretched hands of Chloe Tregesser. That's going to score 2. The ball goes over the head of Julia Furiak, and the runner is going for third. She is out.
Nice play by Furiak.
Beautiful play by Furiak.
And Ella White.
But in the meantime,
2 runs scored.
Yeah, 2 runs score on that. So in the inning, in the bottom of the second for the Raiders, they have 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. We're at the end of the end of 2. Raiders 2, Millers 1. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be right back.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
We're moving to the top of the third inning here at Harrison High School. 2-1 in favor of the Raiders after they put 2 runs across in the bottom of the second. Millers have got Olivia Stinson stepping in. She takes the first pitch, lines it right back to Anna Henderson. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the second time in this game that there's been a line out to the shortstop. Infield has done a good job in this game so far, Perry. Chloe Tregesser steps in.
She got a base hit the first time up, Brad.
Takes that pitch outside, 1-0. I'd like to extend a big thanks and a shout out to Denise Newton here from the Harrison staff, who really stepped up to help get things happening here today and make sure that we could get authorized to do this game, set us up here in the press box and that. As I was saying earlier, the people here at Harrison have just been great. The 2-0 pitch to Tregesser, that one's outside, 3-0. But Denise was very instrumental in setting everything up today with Jim Wofford and Rick Vanderweiling putting this whole venture together. And we just came along for the ride, didn't we, Perry?
As we always do.
Strike is called. Tregesser 3-1. 1 out. We're in the top of the third. 2-1 in favor of Harrison. There's a hit to center field. Chloe Tregesser with her second hit of the day. Third Miller hit of the game. That'll bring up Ella White. Popped up to the second baseman in the first inning, technically out on the infield fly rule. Looks like are we going to get a pinch runner for Tregesser here? Yes, yeah. We are.
Attention, please. Pitch running for the Millers, number 8, Shay Sterrett.
Sterrett's running for Tregesser.
Big number 8 on the back of her Miller uniform. There's one going down the left field line. That one is going to go foul. I think Deke Bullard putting in a pinch runner this early in the game. I think he feels like that this is going to be a low-scoring game. He wants to get some more speed in there, increase the odds for him to score. Ella White, the third baseman, steps in, 0-1 on her. Another foul ball to the left. White's in the hole, 0-2.
Which it means absolutely nothing, but when they played the last time, Ella White was 3 for 4 and scored 3 runs and 3 RBIs. So.
That one's way outside.
Which absolutely means nothing, you know.
It does. You're right. With a pitcher like Jillian Mathis out there, with the control that she's had, that 0.72 ERA, that is amazing. Throw back to first, not in time. Stansbury dropped the ball, but Sterrett was back there in plenty of time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the third inning. Miller's trying to even this one up. They're down by 1 at 2-1. There's a pop into short left field. Nobody's going to get to that.
Base hit.
So Sterrett will advance to second. Ella White has her first hit of the game. Second hit of the inning. That'll bring up Maddie Taylor. I always love it, the pitcher versus pitcher.
That's right. Maddie Taylor got a hit last time.
Yes, she sure did. The run that the Millers scored in the first inning was unearned because of an error. So if anything, Mathis's ERA is either at 0.72 or possibly even, a shade lower right now. Taylor takes the first ball high. Ball 1 on Maddie Taylor.
Maddie Taylor could help herself out greatly right here.
That one hits the lower right side corner of the plate, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Probably not a pitch Maddie would want to swing at in the second pitch.
1-1 count. That one hits the outside corner. 1-2 on Taylor.
Now she's going to have to take that. She's going to have to reach out there and get that pitch.
Taylor had a base hit in the first inning to load the bases. On that, there was an infield hit that the shortstop managed to, Henderson managed to, made a great play on the ball, but she was so deep at short, she kept it from going to the outfield and kept the Millers from scoring at that point, but did load up the bases. It was the following play by Emily Minot, the error that cost her. Taylor went to swing, checked her swing, but is called out on strikes. Second out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Jillian Mathis. Emily Minot steps in, 436 hitter, reached on that error. That one's foul off to the left. We're in the middle of the third. Millers are down by 1, 2-1 to the Harrison Raiders. Raiders are number 4 in the most recent coaches poll. Both of these teams ended their seasons strong. 0-1, that one gets away. Both runners will advance. You calling that a wild pitch or a pass ball?
Runners advance on the wild pitch.
They're calling it officially a wild pitch. So we'll go along with it. I thought that bounced, but I couldn't tell for sure. Pop up on the infield. Third baseman Katie Switzer takes that. The Millers are retired in the top of the third. So in the top of the third for the Millers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. We're in the middle of the third with the Raiders leading the Millers 2-1. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, noblesvilletrophies.com.
Say fans, don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. And as I say that, I'm looking right over at Rick Vanderweilen. Rick Vanderweilen, our camera operator today. Appreciate his expertise, getting a nice shot of the crowd here. We got a little German Shepherd puppy over there. Looks like he's having a good time at the old ballpark today, as everybody always does at the baseball park, or at the baseball or softball park. We're moving into the bottom of the third. For the Raiders, they'll have the 9, 1, and 2 batters coming up against Maddie Taylor. It'll be Josie Raymer, Kylie Goff, and Kiera Dillon.
Moving off the bottom of the third for the Raiders, left fielder number 15, Josie Raymer.
Raymer's a sophomore. She's batting .346, 52 at bats, 18 hits, 11 RBIs, and 2 doubles.
Takes the first pitch. That one's right in there. I believe the count is 1-1 now. Yes, it is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Raymer. That one's going to go to the shortstop, Smith, quickly over to first. That ball was hit kind of deep there to shortstop, and Grace Smith had to make a play very quickly to get Raymer.
Grace Smith's got a great arm.
Yeah, she does for the first out. Kylie Goff led off the first for the Raiders with a hard line drive right back at Grace Smith. First pitch is in there for a strike. Strike 1. You going to be able to get Tony to sit down with us for a minute?
I don't know. Maybe.
There's a pop-up that's going to fall in for a hit. So Kylie Goff reaches base for her first time today. Third hit of the game for the Raiders.
Center field brings up the center fielder, number 23, Kiera Dillon.
Kiera Dillon steps in. She struck out looking in the first inning. Miller's expecting a bunt. They don't get it. Swing away by Dillon for strike 1. Ella White and Emily Minot were both playing about halfway up between their respective bases on the home plate. We're going to have Tony Euler join you for the fourth inning. How about that, Terry?
That sounds great.
0-2 now on Kiera Dillon. Struck out looking in the first. Maddie Taylor with the 0-2 pitch. There's a bouncing ball over to second, gets the lead runner, does not get the double play, but Goff is erased 6-3 for the second out of the inning. Kiera Dillon officially reaches on a fielder's choice. Kaylee Halata, the catcher, steps in. She lined right back to Chloe Tregesser to end the first inning.
Which was quite a catch.
Yes, it was. Timeout is called. That was a case there where Maddie Taylor, she was well into her windup, and time got called, and She held on to the ball. That
You know,
can
we
be
saw that a
dangerous.
lot yesterday
Yeah,
in baseball.
we've
too.
seen more of that recently here. Ground ball to second.
Oh, great play by
Nice flip
Churgressa.
over to Grace Smith covering second for the third out of the bottom of the third. So in the bottom of the third for the Raiders, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Well, welcome back. I'm Perry Williams. Brad Silbert's going to take a break, and alongside me is Assistant Athletic Director Tony Euler. Welcome, Tony.
Well, thanks for having me on, Harry. I just came up here to get a piece of chicken, and I wanted
Yeah, and then we put you to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, yesterday was quite a day for you in the baseball section, wasn't it? 3 games played, and hot weather.
Yeah, I think it was about 94, 95. I'm proud to announce I lost 6 pounds.
Julia Furiak's the batter for the Millers. She flew out to the first baseman the first time up in the first inning. We're in the top of the 4th here. Ball high, 2-0. Tony, you had quite a crowd yesterday. Not exactly what you expected because of the tragedy fouled off on Friday, which was a terrible thing. But I think Noblesville community and Hamilton County are on their way to healing, don't you think?
You know, at one time, it was pretty much set in stone that we were not going to host that game. And a lot of credit goes to Dr. Niedermeyer for listening to people, for being open-minded, changing her mind, and I thought it was just the best thing in the world for the Noblesville community yesterday.
Absolutely. 2-2 on Furiak. Hit to the third baseman, the first. For the first out here. Now coming to bat, the shortstop, Grace Smith.
And how about our hero,
Oh, my God.
Jason Seaman, being there? He looks like he'd go out and play defensive end right now.
He sure does. He's amazing.
It's just unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. You're so right. You're so right. You guys honoring the middle school West staff, that was a very emotional time.
But we thought of that the last second. That wasn't really planned, and we pulled that off, and that was the best.
Yeah,
that
it
was the best.
It was.
My wife was a part of that, so that was good.
Foul out of play for Grace Smith. How was school today, Tony?
Pretty normal. I do 2 lunch periods, and it looked like most of the kids were there. I think our attendance was pretty good. I made an effort to be out in the hallway more, and kids were just pretty much acting normal.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Grace flew out to the first baseman. You know, the one thing that amazed me, I was with Jim Self at a graduation party at Southeastern on Saturday, and my wife Kathy made a comment to him and said, you know, you almost had a sectional. And he said, well, I will do anything I can for Noblesville, but the change of heart and deciding to play that game is a good thing, because the one thing about it, Noblesville has always rallied around the game of baseball.
Yeah, and again, let me emphasize, all the credit in the world goes to Superintendent Niedermeyer for allowing that game to happen.
And hats off to her. She's had a very difficult 96 hours, in fact.
Very tough, as tough as anybody. And regarding Southeastern and Jim Self, I can guarantee you, if I had to call him and say, hey, can you host the sectional, he would have said yes in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he insinuated that to me too when talking to him. Abby Brown's at the bat now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, pitch inside corner there. 2-2 on Abby Brown. This has been a pretty good ball game so far, Tony.
These two played early in the season. I remember it was still wet and rainy and cold.
Six to 3 out there. You're watching the Indiana High School Athletics Championship Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. The Wolford Theater, movies on the go. Free movies at Witten Park in Fishers, presented by Saxony. Despicable 3 on Saturday night, June the 2nd. And then starting up, I think this is the 6th year for the free movie classic events at Forest Park in Noblesville. Friday, June 1st will be the first movie here, My Dog Skip. For the complete line of movies, check out wolfordtheater.com. All right, we got the T-shirt on the screen. You can still order those at noblesvillemillers.com. What, Tony, you sold 2,500 yesterday, I think?
Or something like that. I think we were starting to sell them about 7, and there were no more left at 9:30, and people flooded our office today wanting a T-shirt. But you can order them online, and they can be shipped directly to your house.
That's great, and that's for a great cause. That's for the medical expenses of both of the victims. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Leading off, the bottom of the 4th. For the Raiders, the first baseman, number 10, Olivia Stansbury.
Olivia Stansbury coming in to hit. Got a base hit in the 2nd inning for the Harrison Raiders. Tony, it was amazing yesterday, too. Some of the banners that was put up, one by Fishers, I saw. I don't know whether there was any more. Did Southeastern have one? But I know they did a prayer vigil or something at the school.
The Fishers banner that they hung in front of their dugout says, Fishers Baseball supports Noblesville West. Wow, when I saw that, I had tears in my eyes. That was awesome.
Well, we compete on the field or on the court all the time, but it's a very close-knit group,
It is, and especially the athletic directors.
Base hit there. That's the 2nd hit for Stansbury. And especially the kids, we're unique in our county because we have so many big schools. And so many of these kids play AAU ball or summer ball together. They knew each other all the time. I mean, they're good friends.
And, going back to what Jim Self said, if Carmel, if anybody asks us to do something, we'll bend over backwards to do it.
Absolutely. Hannah Henderson's batting. She struck out the first time in the 2nd inning. Tony, school's kind of winding down and everything, but you've had a full schedule of spring sports, and especially with those rainouts, it was kind of tough. But Ella White wow.
Well, I don't think this spring was any different than any other spring. It's always going to rain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Number 24, Jillian Mathis.
Jillian Mathis is the batter. She grounded out to the first baseman the first time up. There's one out here.
You know, another one of the good guy athletic directors is Jerry Galliman, the athletic director here.
He was wonderful today.
Yep.
Because I kind of explained the situation to you in a short version about us broadcasting this game up here tonight, and we were unaware that the broadcaster that has the option up here was not going to do it. So at 12 o'clock, we made the decision that we were going to come, and the Harrison athletic department up here was just fabulous, and Indiana High School Athletic Association was fabulous. And from looking at the sheet, had we not broadcast, we would have been the only regional that was not a webcast. So.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that they were more than cooperative with you. I'm talking about the Harrison Athletic Department.
Yeah, they're a class act, and this is a beautiful facility.
It is. It's awesome.
The second out here.
That's a big run at third for Harrison.
Yes, sure is. 2 outs. Matty Taylor does not play like a freshman, does she?
No. No, we've got a couple girls that when I was told earlier in the year they're freshmen, I was like, what?
Yeah. You said, and then they said, they're really good. You said, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Noblesville softball's got a great future.
They sure do. We'll take a look out there in the field right now. You only got Grace Smith at shortstop. At shortstop.
Yeah, short.
Is a senior. Of course, we have another senior on the team, Maggie Hampton, and she's headed to the University of Detroit to play
Detroit Mercy, absolutely. She's a good player.
Yeah. Shows you the talent we have on this team.
Yep.
And Tony, where you ever see, in this game today, Harrison has 5 players that hit over 400, and we have 4.
That's softball for you.
Yeah. Ella White's not a bad freshman either.
No, she's not. She's got 10 home runs.
Yeah. Well, Tony, thanks a lot for sitting in and talking to us and bringing up to speed how it's going at Noblesville High School.
It went pretty well today.
And we wish you the best. And, Hamilton County TV will be glad to do anything they can to help you get through this situation.
And I know that too, Perry. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's Tony Euler, the Assistant Athletic Director for Noblesville. We'll take a break here, and we'll be right back.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting.
Welcome back to Harrison High School in West Lafayette, Indiana. Regional softball action between the Noblesville Millers and the Harrison Raiders. Raiders are ahead by 1, both teams with 4 hits so far in this one, Perry. And just the kind of game we thought it would be.
Absolutely. We pretty well knew it wasn't going to be a 14-13 game.
No, I didn't think so. Although we have had some runners left on the bases. And Kylee Lowry. Correction, that's Abby Brown. First batter here in the 5th. There's a slow dribbler to third. Good throw over to first by Katie Schweitzer. Abby Brown is retired.
Stepping into the box from the Millers left fielder, number 11, Olivia Stinson.
Of course, you see the big shift here coming on for Olivia Stinson.
Yeah, they play her in close, and
well, she's a bunter and a slapper, so. But if she could get one right over that second baseman's head or right over the pitcher's head, you know, it could be huge here.
that one's a little bit outside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. One's across the top of the scoreboard. Got 11 at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 5th. There's one. Oh,
what
my.
a catch.
Talk about a snow cone there. Katie Switzer with a great defensive play. Perry, we have seen some excellent defensive plays in this game today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Brad, it was great having Tony Euler on. He's one of the good guys. He's been around
Yes.
Noblesville a long time and does a great job as assistant athletic director and gives that athletic department in Noblesville gives us a lot of help.
We had a chance to work with Tony a number of years ago in the old Hamilton County television days. Tony was active with a lot of us guys, so known Tony quite a number of years. Good man.
Chloe Tragesser is the batter here. She's got 2 hits here on that.
Yes, she does, but she's down on the count 0-2.
Only takes 1. That's why they give you 3, Brad.
This is true. I guess her 2 for 2, as Perry was saying. Takes that one outside. That one was close.
You know, Brad, everybody brags on our broadcast of the baseball, but it has a lot to do with Noblesville High and Noblesville schools, because if they had not put that hardwired internet in the press box, we couldn't have done the things we did.
That's true.
In those 5 games that
Yeah, with that hard wire, it makes it so much better for us to be able to add
data in there, you know.
Yeah. That one's a little bit low. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chloe Tragesser.
So far, this has been pretty much a pitcher's duel.
It certainly has. 2 out, nobody on. Tragesser hits that one well to center field. Center fielder Dillon back and makes the catch. So, in the top of the 5th for the Millers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. We are in the middle of the 5th with the score: the Raiders 2, the Millers 1. You're watching the Indiana High School Champions Network, sponsored by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
You know every word in your school's fight song, but you can't remember your agent's last name? Let us know what you have and what you need. Find a local agent at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. Celebrating over 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signs and banners, serving Noblesville, Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, loganstreetsigns.com.
We're moving into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Harrison High School in West Lafayette, Indiana. I don't think it's cooled off very much, but there is a little bit more of a breeze coming out of the east-southeast right now. And it has just been a beautiful, beautiful evening up here. Had a nice night for the ride up here from Noblesville, and I'd like to thank Jim Wofford for being my Uber buddy today.
That's right.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th, right fielder number 30, Kenzie Russ.
Kenzie Russ is the first batter for Harrison Raiders.
Over to Smith. Over to first, just barely makes the play. First out, 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up the number 9 batter, Josie Raymer.
In the 3rd inning, she grounded out to the shortstop.
I've got Grace Smith right now with 4 assists so far tonight. There's one into right field. That may be over the head of.
She caught it.
Oh my!
What a great catch out there.
Who is that in left field now, or right field?
Is that Riley Moore?
I believe it is number 4, Riley Moore. Yes, not Kylee Lowry.
That's a younger sister of Maddie Moore. She was a sophomore.
Great catch by Riley Moore out there in right field. There's a foul ball off to the left.
What a great crowd here tonight, Brad. I mean, on both sides.
Well, it's a beautiful night for a game.
A lot of people travel from Noblesville. There's a lot of Noblesville fans sitting right in front of us here, too.
And I did see Will Hampton in the seats. He is there.
He's in the house, huh?
He's trying to kind of go incognito tonight. He'd like to see that score turned around.
Kylie Goff here up for the Harrison Raiders. She got a base hit last time Brad it up when she was up, and the first inning she flew out to the shortstop.
One of those lineouts that went to Grace Smith, who gets another assist. So it's 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Raiders in the bottom of the 5th at the end of 5. Still Raiders 2, Millers 1. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be right back.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Welcome back to Harrison High School in West Lafayette, Indiana, the IHSAA Softball 4A Sectional, featuring the Noblesville Millers and the Harrison Raiders. We're moving into the top of the 6th. 4, 5, and 6 batters will be coming up for the Millers. Ella White steps in first.
She got a base hit. She got a hit the last time up. Hit it right over second base for a base hit. First time she flew out to the second baseman. 2-0.
2-0 on White. I stand corrected in my exuberance. I said this was the sectional. We are at the regional level. Please pardon my error there, folks. The 2-0 pitch. That one's outside. You got to believe that Jillian Mathis is going to be a little bit careful with Ella White here. Probably the last thing she wants to do is give her a hit. We'll have to see if she can get her to chase something out of the zone or if she's going to give her something to hit here, Perry. That was high and outside. Yeah. So Ella White walks on 4 pitches, and the Millers have got the leadoff batter on. That'll bring up pitcher Maddie Taylor. Taylor is 1 for 2 with a base hit the first inning, struck out looking in the third. Maddie would like to do nothing better than to get this run back that the Millers are down. Foul ball over into the batting cages. Nobody's going to get that one back. That one's on the net of the batting cages.
So you don't think they'll get that one back?
Oh, they'll get it back, but it'll take a little work to do it. They're out there with bats hitting it off the top of the net. They got her.
Want to thank everybody who is watching the game tonight from home. We got a good crowd here that made the trip up at Harrison, but this is a tough trip to make during the week, Brad, where people have to work and everything, and you got students that have tests.
Of course, we got to Noblesville right about 3:30, so
yeah, we got up here pretty good.
We got out before the majority of the rush hour traffic, but Jim and I were talking on the way up in the van that, boy, the traffic on 65. I remember I lived up here in the Lafayette area in the mid-'80s, and people used to complain about the traffic going back and forth, but lots of traffic on I-65, and, of course, from Lebanon on north, it's all 2 lanes. 2-1. That one's outside.
3-1 on Maddie Taylor.
Mathis in danger of putting 2 runners on here. Three and one. That's ball 4, and Maddie Taylor is on. Second batter in a row that she has walked. So Maddie Taylor is on first. Ella White is on second. Emily Minette is coming to bat. Reached on an error in the first inning. Sacrificed in no. She was the first out of the 4th inning.
Got a pinch runner over there. Number 13 for the Millers. Abby Harvey's running for Maddie Taylor. Well, I see here we're looking at the live broadcast on Facebook. I see my wife Kathy's watching, but Jim's wife Sherry's watching. She's checking out to see if he really did go to Harrison today, right?
Well, Sherry, I saw him down in the truck just a minute ago. If you'd like, I'll take a picture of him and send it to you. Jim Wofford at the controls. And we're going to have a pitching change here, Perry. So let's just take a moment here and remind our people to don't just hope that you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, one of our great sponsors, the sponsors of the IHSAA Champions Network. A little bit surprising to see a pitching change here, Perry, but I think that the coaching staff at Harrison realizes that maybe they got the Millers have something going here, and 2 walks here in this inning, 4 hits against Mathis. She also gave up a walk in the first inning, and she'd only given up 19 walks all season.
Well, Brad, Jay Johnson's a senior, and she's appeared in 13 ball games this year. She's been 10-2 on the season, so she's a good pitcher, and pitched 60.2 innings this season, and given up 65 hits and 31 runs, and walked 17 and struck out 61. So.
Well, Mathis will be responsible for the runners on first and second. Should
Wild
they score?
pitch.
Wild pitch on the first pitch from Johnson. And the Millers have got 2 runners in the scoring position and no outs. Big break for the Millers there.
And even though she hadn't got a hit tonight, Emily Minette is a very, very dangerous hitter at the plate.
She's grounded out to short, or rather to third, and reached on an error. That one's high and outside. Ball 2. Millers threatening to even this up or go ahead here in the top of the 6th. They are down by 1 here from Harrison High School in West Lafayette, Indiana, on Hamilton County Television. Also on the IHSAA Champions Network. And the Raiders are going to play the odds here and give Minette an intentional walk. That'll bring up Julia Furiak. She flew out to the first baseman in the first inning, lined out to the first baseman in the 4th inning. Critical situation in this game. The Millers need some runs. The Raiders need some outs. That one's way outside. Is there going to be a play at the plate? She's in there. She scores. This game is all tied up. Ella White scores the run for the Millers on the wild pitch from Jade Johnson.
So this ball game's tied up here.
Now Mathis is still the pitcher of record. If Maddie Taylor scores, Maddie Taylor is on third now. Emily Minot on second. So that is the second run of the game, first run of the inning for the Millers. First run was unearned. The 1-0 pitch over the inside corner of the plate to Furiak. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, Furiak's got 6 home runs on the season. She's got a lot of power. She's a catcher.
First base is open. That one's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I didn't see if Johnson was down there in the bullpen warming up.
You know, I didn't either because we can't really see. We don't have a real good.
The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Big swing by Furiak. She misses.
And I guess with us in softball, you know, we don't make too many changes in pitching.
No. And
so
to be honest with you, I was a little surprised to see that change made.
But I'm sure there was a reason. And let's face it, both these pitchers have pitched about equal innings. I mean. So, wow.
That one's high and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. First base is open.
This is a huge right here, though. Grace Smith up next.
In one way, I'm a little surprised they haven't given her an intentional pass. That's a swing and a foul ball. That was close. That was probably a good defensive effort on the part of Julia Furiak. If she had not, I don't know if she'd have gotten a ball called on that or not. That was so close, Perry, but good defensive batting on the part of catcher Julia Furiak.
Well, I know her dad, and she's been trained, man. If that pitch is close with 2 strikes, you'll be battling.
That's out of play. Another foul ball. That one hit the roof of the press box.
It is not her nature to take a pitch to get a walk. I assure you that.
No outs here in the top of the 6th. The Millers threatening. Already have 1 across. 3 walks in this inning, 1 of them intentional. Furiak takes that one for ball 4. That is the 4th walk in a row, including 1 intentional in this inning. Very, very uncharacteristic of the Harrison Raiders. Shortstop Grace Smith steps in.
Grace Smith's a senior now. She's hit 7 home runs. She may be small, but she is mighty. She's got a lot of power in that swing.
And we are going to get a courtesy runner for Furiak. I believe that is 17, if I saw it right. Yeah, Alyssa Solomon.
Grace Smith flied out to the first baseman and grounded out to the third baseman. She's got good power. She's strong.
First pitch to Smith. That one's way outside.
She'll be playing next year for DePaul. Grace is heading to DePaul next season. Dick Bullard, I'm not sure what.
I think he's just making sure that
the umpire got the courtesy runner.
Yeah.
Well, bases loaded here. We got no outs.
Grace Smith up there.
That's Julia's dad.
1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 6th, 1 run in. We are tied up at 2-2. That one's in there for a strike, called strike.
I would say she may have been taken on that first
I would
pitch.
think so. Smith squares to bunt, takes the bat back.
Uh-oh, that's a shot.
Ball.
That's a shot.
Where's that at? It's
It's
gone!
gone!
A grand slam homer! Grace Smith breaks this game wide open with a grand slam homer here in the top of the 6th. The only question on that one, Perry, was not whether it was far enough, whether it was going to stay fair. That ball was probably fair by no more than 5 or 6 feet. Left fielder Josie Raymer, all she could do is watch that thing fly over her head off of the cars out there in left field, and all of a sudden, the Millers have put 5 runs across here in the top of the 6th, and there still are no outs. What a blast. You were just commenting that Grace Smith has that home run power, but 4 walks in that inning led to that. Kylee Lowry steps up, number 9 batter. Grounded out to short her last time up.
That replay just was shown there. Sorry, Jim.
There's a high pop on the infield. Kylie Goff is there. There is finally 1 out here in the top of the 6th for the Harrison Raiders. First out, that's going to bring up the top of the order. 7th batter in the inning is center fielder Abby Brown.
Okay, that's great.
What a turn of events here, Perry.
Oh, absolutely. And it couldn't happen to a better kid than Grace Smith.
Well, especially after she took that injury in the sectional games, and it was almost doubtful the way she was walking off the field the other night whether she'd play at all again this season. But she has persevered and hung in there. 2 balls, no strikes on Abby Brown. The bottom has fallen out here for the Harrison Raiders. But this is still a good team. The Millers have a 4-run lead, but I wouldn't count this game as being anywhere near over yet.
It's not safe. It's never safe, in softball here. I mean, they still got 2 more bats, so there's a lot of games still to be played. And Harrison's a good hitting team now. They could do exactly what the Millers did.
The 2-1 pitch to Brown. She swings right through that one to even up 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The huge difference is those 3 walks. I mean, 1 intentional and 2
exactly
just happened, but those 3 walks were huge.
There's one hit to left center field. Nobody's going to get to that one. Abby Brown is on first base with a single. Only the 2nd hit of the inning. Let's take a look at that replay of that home run. I think the only question on that one, Perry, as we look at it here, as we follow the ball out as it goes out, was that going to stay fair or was it going to go foul? And looks like it was fair by maybe about 10 feet.
Yep. What a great smash by
Olivia Stinson. That one is popped up in the air, grabbed by the first baseman Stansberry. And Brown gets back to first base in time. 2nd out of the inning. Chloe Tregesser, the 9th Miller to come to bat here in the 6th inning. High, ball 1. 1-0 on Tregesser.
Brad, we're getting into the 6th. We're in the 6th inning here. Brad, the game Saturday for the semi-state, the winner of this game, what's the time on that?
I believe they said it was 1 o'clock. Let me find it here.
All right. Tregesser, the batter for the Millers.
Yes, 1 o'clock. It'll either be against Leo or Homestead. Coming out of the Fort Wayne area. 2 balls and a strike on Chloe Tregesser. She's 2 for 3 tonight. Hit a ball well into center field, but the center fielder, Kiera Dillon, made a nice catch on it. That one's high. Throw down to first. Abby Brown is back in time.
Brad, we want to thank everybody for making this happen for us. Like we said, it was at noon today, and it's when we decided to come this way, but we're certainly glad we did. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a great ball game.
I don't think any of us had any idea today that this was going to happen.
We were going to have an easy day.
Yeah,
right?
we were. You know,
You didn't have students at school.
Yeah,
and,
late night last night.
That's right. And then my friend Ricky came to the studio, and we got to talking.
Hatched the idea.
Hatched the idea. That's a good one, hatched. That's a foul.
That's a foul ball. Full count on Chloe Tergesser. She is the 9th Miller to bat here in the top of the 6th. Millers have scored 5 runs on this. 4 of those came on the grand slam from Grace Smith. There's a bouncing ball to short. Henderson's got it. Over to first. The inning is over. So in the top of the 6th for the Millers, there were 5 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. In the middle of the 6th, the score is now Millers 6, Raiders 2. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out at noblesvilletrophies.com.
I'd like to thank everybody who's watching us along the lines tonight on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, or here on Hamilton County Television, HCTV.com, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Numerous ways that you can watch this game. You can watch it on the websites. You can watch it on many, many different social media. And we are glad that you have joined us. For those of you who could not make the trip up here to Lafayette, at this point it's been a pretty happy trip for the Millers, Perry.
Absolutely, but Harrison's still got 2 more bats, and I believe you said in the last game, didn't they score 5 runs in the last inning?
Yes, they did, and that last game that ended up 14-13 with the Millers taking that game. Now that game was in Noblesville,
and it was in April. And from what Tony said, it was cold and it didn't rain.
And it was in the last inning, and the Millers had a 14-9 lead going into the last inning, and the Raiders managed to put 4 across, but the Millers managed to stop them before they did any more damage and walked away with the 14-13 victory. The 2, 3, and 4 batters will be stepping in for the Raiders. Kiera Dillon steps in, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 1st, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Maddie Moore entering her 6th inning of work. The 1-0 pitch. Not a check swing. Called strike 1, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I've got to believe after that inning that the Raider coaching staff probably brought their team into the dugout and said, guys, just be cool. We're a good team. We can make this up. And same thing for the Millers. They probably were told, just play it carefully. There's a well-hit ball to center field. That is over the head of Abby Brown. Kiera Dillon is on her way to 2nd. She is going to 3rd. Will there be a play? No. She is in there with a triple. So just as the Millers think that they have got a nice lead of 4, Kiera Dillon leads off the 6th with a triple. That ball was well hit into left center field, out of the reach of Abby Brown or Olivia Stinson. And Dillon just kept going and going and going. And, you remember that old adage, you never want to make the first out at 3rd base, but it wasn't even close her getting into 3rd. A clear triple all the way. Kaylee Halata, the catcher, steps in. He's reached on a fielder's choice and lined out to the second baseman, Tergesser, in the 1st inning. Takes that one for strike 1.
Dillon hit 3 triples on the season, so.
Dillon was a 309 hitter. Halata, a 469 hitter. 3 hitters in a row around 450 coming up now. There's a tap that's going to go into center field, and that ball is caught on the bounce by Riley Moore, and the Raiders have got to run. Riley Moore went in and in and in and in on that ball, and she was trying to get that mitt stretched out there, but she caught it on the first bounce. So Dillon scores. Halata is on first with the second hit of the inning.
That's
pop up
trouble.
there.
Nice catch.
Oh gosh, you got to give Chloe Tergesser a great catch. That ball was tailing away from her going. Was that caught inbounds or out of bounds? I couldn't tell whether that was fair or foul.
I think she was in bounds, but Noblesville had a big shift on.
Yes, they did. So there's one down. Anna Henderson steps in for the Raiders. Strike one right over the heart of the plate, about letter high. Maddie Moore seems to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger as this game goes on.
Maddie Taylor.
Moore is out in right field.
Foul ball.
Henderson is in the hole, 0-2. Henderson with a sacrifice in the fourth inning. Struck out looking in the second inning. 0-2 on her. That one's a little low, gets away. Runner on first base. Halata goes to second. Pass ball is what they're calling it. So the Raiders have got another runner in scoring position. That erases the double play possibility. Henderson in there at a ball and 2 strikes. Maddie Taylor would love to have a strikeout here. Not going to get it on that pitch. That was high. The 1-2, that's fouled off. Pitcher Jade Johnson is in the on-deck circle.
Got her.
Beautiful breaking ball. Woo. Wow. Henderson goes down looking. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring up Jade Johnson. She's a 206 hitter. Took over pitching.
She's batted 29 times, has 6 hits. She has hit a triple and a double this season, so.
Runner on second, 1 out, 1 run in here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a ground ball to Tergesser. She bobbles it, gets it over to first in time to make the out. So in the bottom of the 6th for the Raiders, they had 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on the bases at the end of 6. It's the Noblesville Millers 6, the Harrison Raiders 3. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be right back.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street and.
We got to get one more of these in, don't we?
Yeah, I think it's on.
Welcome back to West Lafayette, Indiana. Harrison High School is where we are at. Regional softball between the Harrison Raiders and the Noblesville Millers. Grace Smith, the hero so far tonight for the Millers, with a grand slam homer in the 6th inning. Millers will send the 4, 5, and 6 batters up in their batting order here in the top of the 7th. A 3-run lead for the Millers. And I'm sure that Deke Bullard would certainly like to add another run or two, a couple more insurance runs here if he could, for the Millers here in the top of the 7th. Ella White steps in. She led things off in the 6th with a walk. She's got a base hit and a fly out on the infield fly rule in the first inning. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Millers with some good disciplined batters here. That one's outside. Very uncharacteristic of the Raiders pitching. They have had a hard time hitting the strike zone consistently tonight, which they have not had a hard time the rest of the season. 2-0. That one's across the plate. 2 balls and a strike on Ella White. 473 batter for the Millers. First 3 batters that Jay Johnson will face this inning are all 400 hitters for the Millers. That one's a little bit outside, works a count to 3-1. You can see a little look of frustration on the face of Jay Johnson there. She's been nibbling at the outside of the plate, but just has not gotten the calls. There's one that's going to go to the second baseman. Will they make the play?
What
Great
a play.
Kylee Goff got over almost to second base, running, on a dead run, had to plant her foot, turn around, and throw to Olivia Stinson, and she gets Ella White by a step.
That was a big play right there.
Yeah, great play by Goff and by Stansberry. This goes a 4-3 out for the first out of the top of the 7th. Pitcher Maddie Taylor steps in. She was on base when Grace Smith hit the grand slam home run last inning. One of the 4 walks in that inning. That one's outside, 2-0. There's a pop-up in the left field. Looks like Josie Raymer is there for that one.
So that's 2 outs there.
That's 2 outs, yeah. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The Raiders had not walked a batter since the first inning, Perry. The leadoff batter for the Millers in the top of the first, Abby Brown, walked, and then it was to the 6th inning until they walked another batter. And 4 batters in a row walked in the 6th, and that big hit, that big home run by Grace Smith to left field is the difference. Emily Minot steps in. Reached on an air, grounded out. She had an intentional walk last time up. She was the first batter Jade Johnson faced in the 6th. Jillian Mathis, the pitcher of record right now for the Raiders. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes on Emily Minot.
You know, Brad, I'm sitting here certainly thankful that I got to do another broadcast this season. We thought we were done yesterday.
We thought we were on summer break.
Yeah.
That one goes over the outside corner. Minot has rung up. 3 up, 3 down for the Millers in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. In the middle of the 7th, score remains Millers 6, Raiders 3. You're watching the IHSA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find an agent in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophy provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out, NoblesvilleTrophies.com. Don't forget, Wofford Theater, Movies on the Go, free movie at Witten Park this Saturday, June the 2nd. Features presented, sponsors by Saxony. Free classic movies Friday night event at Forest Park in Noblesville on June 1st. My Dog Skip. The complete lineup on the WolfordTheater.com. Well, Brad, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Miller fans gave their team a standing ovation as they came back out onto the field, as well did the Raider fans. Both of these teams have had great seasons, and this is almost one of these, Perry, with these two great teams like this, that it's a shame to see the season have to end for one of them, but that's just the way things go. Josie Galt steps in, takes the first pitch for ball 1. A walk and a ground out for Galt so far in this inning. There's a pitch over to third base, quickly over to first, and Galt grounds out third base. First out of the 7th for the Raiders. Once again, like to thank all the staff here at Harrison High School for their hospitality. Those associated with the IHSAA who are making this broadcast possible. Our friend Rick Vanderweilen on the camera tonight. Jim Wofford, our technical director, and these guys make you and I look good, Perry, for a couple ugly old men. That's right. They do a darn good job of doing it. One out.
They certainly do.
Nobody on. Strike 1 on the right fielder, Kinsey Rusk.
And it's certainly been a pleasure to broadcast this game. There are two great teams here.
Yes, this has been a great game. The 0-1 pitch. There's a pop-up in the infield. What a great play by Grace Smith. I think if we were going to name a player of the game for this game, it would have to be Grace Smith.
She's putting it all on the line.
The Millers are 1 out away from going to the regional next week and playing either Homestead or Leo at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, right back here in West Lafayette at Harrison High School. Last help for the Raiders is the left fielder Josie Raymer. Raymer's grounded out to short and flown out to right.
The winner of this game will play in the semi-state on Saturday.
This is the regional, then on to the semi-state, and in another week and a half down to the state at Purdue. Shouldn't say down to the state.
We're
up
here.
To the state. Yeah, we're in Purdue territory already.
Yeah, we're in West Lafayette right now.
Well, we're in Rick Vanderweilen territory.
He's
Greater
a legend
Lafayette
up here.
area. Oh, yeah.
Legend.
If you've lived in Lafayette any length of time, you know Rick, or at least know of his family.
2-1 on the batter.
2 balls and a strike on Josie Raymer. Miller's 1 out away from going to the semi-state. The 2-1 pitch, ground ball to Grace Smith, over to first. She's there. Oh, no. The throw is high from Grace Smith. So Josie Raymer reaches on the first error of the game by the Millers.
And Minute thought she had it in her glove, and it popped right out.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit high. So the Raiders still have life. We're back to the top of the order with Kylie Goff stepping in. Goff is 1 for 3. She lined out to Grace Smith in the first inning, grounded out to her in the 5th, and had a base hit in the 3rd. Foul ball off to the right. 2 outs, 1 on. We're in the bottom of the 7th, as Yogi used to say, it ain't over until it's over. Goff steps out. Maddie Taylor back into the circle. 0-1 on Goff.
Wow, what a pitch.
Ooh, what a nice pitch. 0-2 on Goff. Slow curveball just caught the outside corner of the plate.
0-2 on the batter.
Miller's looking for a ticket back here Saturday. The 0-2 pitch high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One ball, 2 strikes.
2 outs, 1 on. Maddie Taylor isn't really worried about that runner at first. She's just going to concentrate on the pitcher. There's one that's going to go into right field. Riley Moore gets that, and ends up that we may have a play at the plate. We do. This game is over. The Noblesville Millers have defeated the Harrison Raiders 6-3 on a very strange game-ending play here, Perry. I haven't seen one like that for quite a while, but it was Josie Randolph who was trying to score on that play, and she tried to go around the tag of Julia Furiak, but Furiak got the ball and slapped the tag on her. And the Noblesville Millers have won the IHSAA Regional and will play again against either against Leo or Homestead. Do you have any scores on that by any chance? That game was also starting at 7 o'clock up in Fort Wayne. But Perry, all you can say is this was a fantastic game.
Oh, absolutely, and what a great game they played. Hats off to Grace Smith, man.
Well,
a week ago, she went down.
She
running
looked like
to first
she would
base.
not play again this season.
Absolutely, and she's a gamer.
She came back, and she did a great job. I mean, you've got to give her credit both offensively and defensively tonight. She made some excellent plays out there at second base and a couple hard line drives there early in the game that were caught at second base and at shortstop by Grace Smith. I mean, that kind of set the tone for the whole game.
Leo 6, Homestead 3. So
is that a final? Yes, that is a final.
Hey,
so
it
it'll
came
be
from
the
Rick Vanderwild.
Yeah,
it's a final.
That will be the it'll be the Leo Lions against the
Here you go,
Noblesville Millers.
And Grace Smith gets the ball and the tag.
Well, Grace deserves a lot of credit for the game that she played tonight. She did a tremendous job, and if we were to award a player of the game, I certainly would nominate that for Grace Smith. But anyways.
And you and I know a week ago we would have never dreamed Grace Smith would be playing in this game.
She came off the field with which looked like it could be a season-ending injury, and she had the gumption to go through the MRIs, the treatment and everything, and managed to get back in here tonight, much to the surprise of a lot of people that she recovered so quickly. But just a great game by the Noblesville Millers, and they're celebrating down there. But on behalf of Jim Wofford, our producer-director, Rick Vanderweilen, our camera operator tonight, we'd like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Regional Softball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Also, watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies and the Wofford Theater with the outdoor movie events. My name is Brad Silbert. On behalf of Perry Williams, the Happy Totals, the Millers 6. The Raiders 3, the Millers are the regional champions for 2018 here in the regional at Harrison High School. Until we see you again, good night